Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for January 20, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, in Europe, tensions are rising as President Trump announces tariffs on 8 European countries over a dispute regarding the purchase of Greenland. The affected nations have condemned the decision, with the EU scheduling an emergency summit to discuss a unified response. This move has sparked concerns about a potential trade war and its impact on global markets. In other news, Singapore is considering new measures to regulate social media platforms, following a series of high-profile incidents involving online harassment and misinformation. The government is exploring options to hold tech companies accountable for the content shared on their platforms, while also ensuring that freedom of speech is protected.
You, Walter, and then shall know it's right now. Firstly, we have an update on the situation between Syria and the US, where tensions are running high due to concerns about the potential escape of IS prisoners and its impact on regional stability. The Syrian government has warned against using terrorism cases for political blackmail, while international actors call for a ceasefire and peaceful resolution. In our second story, we're looking at the rising tensions between Mexico and the United States. Following recent military movements by the U.S. near Mexico's borders, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has reassured her nation that these actions are within established protocols and bilateral agreements.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, MasterCard's latest earnings report showed a strong performance, with revenue growth driven by increased transaction volumes and new partnerships. We also took a closer look at Rocket Doctor AI, Inc.'s upsize on its listed issuer financing exemption, life non-brokered private placement, which is expected to accelerate the company's mission to make high-quality healthcare accessible throughout the entire patient journey. Lastly, we examined the market reaction to Wipro's lackluster earnings report and Shadowfax Technologies' upcoming initial public offering.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we explored the fascinating story of a massive star in a nearby galaxy that appears to have vanished, leaving behind a faint red object shrouded in dust. This phenomenon has sparked debate among experts about the possible formation of a black hole through a rare process known as a failed supernova. Secondly, we discussed the rollout of NASA's Space Launch System rocket and Orion spacecraft to the launch pad at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The Artemis II mission, scheduled to launch later this year, will send the first woman and the first person of color to the moon's surface, marking a major milestone in human space exploration.
Thank you, Carl. Let's dive right into the world of sports. First off, we've got some exciting news out of Denver, where J.K. Dobbins' potential return has added a new layer of excitement to the AFC Championship game. The young running back status is still up in the air, but one thing's for sure, his presence could be a game-changer against the Patriots. Next up, we're talking about the Chicago Bears' remarkable season, which came to a close with a heartbreaking loss to the Los Angeles Rams. Despite the disappointment, quarterback Caleb Williams remains optimistic about the future, and I believe him, folks. This kid's got heart, and he's got the talent to back it up.
Thank you, Howard. We began with an exploration of the challenges faced by individuals in today's society, as seen in our discussion on financial literacy and the importance of being informed about personal finance. This critical aspect of modern life affects us all, and staying educated is key to navigating its complexities. Next, we traveled to the charming Italian town of Spello, where tradition and faith come alive in the story of Saint Paschal Balin. The enduring power of this saint's legend, as seen in the chapel behind Villa Pandolfi Elmi, reminds us of the importance of preserving our cultural heritage and the deep connections that exist between community, land, and the divine. Finally, we found ourselves in the vibrant city of Seville, Spain, where art and literature converge in unexpected ways. The thought-provoking sculpture Alicia, inspired by Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, challenges our perceptions and invites us to reflect on the stories of women throughout history who have been silenced or marginalized. These stories, though diverse, share a common thread. They remind us of the beauty and complexity of human experience. Whether it's the pursuit of financial stability, the power of tradition and faith, or the challenge of artistic expression, each narrative offers a unique perspective on what it means to be alive today. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Tonight, we've got a trio of tantalizing topics to dish about. First up, we're celebrating the legacy of the one and only Valentino Garavani, the Italian fashion designer who left an indelible mark on Hollywood's red carpet. With tributes pouring in from A-listers like Gwyneth Paltrow and Cate Blanchett, it's clear that Valentino's impact on fashion will be felt for generations to come. Next, we're getting ready to sizzle with Channing Tatum's Magic Mike Live, which is about to take the stage in New York City. This 90-minute extravaganza promises to deliver world-class dance, music, and comedy, all wrapped up in a powerful message of confidence and empowerment. Trust me, folks, this one's not just for the ladies. And finally, we're tackling the touchy topic of being canceled in Hollywood, with Matt Damon weighing in on the perils of public backlash. It's a brave new world out there, indeed. Thanks for joining me on the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we explored the fascinating world of the elephant shrew, a tiny, insectivorous mammal that's often overlooked but plays a vital role in its ecosystem. We delved into the unique characteristics and adaptations of this remarkable creature, which serves as a reminder of the incredible diversity and complexity of life on Earth. Secondly, we shed light on a pressing issue affecting our planet's majestic birds of prey. A recent study revealed the alarming number of raptors dying each year due to collisions with power lines and wind turbines. However, conservation efforts are underway to retrofit pylons and make them more bird-friendly, with remarkable results in some regions. This story highlights the need for a multifaceted approach to addressing environmental challenges. Lastly, we reported on a developing story from Indonesia, where the government has filed lawsuits against 6 companies for their alleged role in devastating landslides and flooding in North Sumatra. The affected region is home to a fragile ecosystem and a critically endangered species of orangutan. The Indonesian government's swift action demonstrates its commitment to environmental accountability, and the outcome of these lawsuits will be closely watched by environmental groups and industries worldwide. These stories underscore the importance of responsible stewardship of our planet's resources and the need for collective action to protect the natural world. As we continue to navigate the complexities of human-wildlife coexistence, it's essential that we prioritize conservation, sustainability, and environmental accountability. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.